Hey, it's your girl Claudia Jordan. We are back with TGIF. We're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. I gotta say something real quick. And if we cover you, don't get mad. We don't pick the stories. You pick the stories by getting yourself trending, okay? So relax, sit back, and get ready to sip on this hot tea. Please welcome my esteemed co-host, Reynolds.
Hey.
Hey. And Funky Dineva.
What's going on, y'all?
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no worries.
You be getting mad.
I must say,
he's sensitive.
we look damn good.
We do.
And
Don't we?
you know, some of us look a little more young and supple than others, but
Oh, thank you.
we all look good. Not you, girl.
Yeah, baby. Luckily, I don't need validation from the peanut gallery. How y'all feeling today? We drinking? What we drinking on?
You know what? We in the studio. Forget unlocking my better self. I'm giving it up and I'm turning it loose. I got a cup full of vodka. How about you?
Same.
Cheers.
Listen,
Cheers.
Houston made me feel so happy yesterday. I am drinking for Houston. Here's to Houston. Here's to all the love the soulmate showed us. And guess who showed up last night, Q?
Who showed up?
Shaq.
After I left?
Yeah, he did
Shaq
show
came
up.
after you left. And
wow.
Claudia and I actually had to kidnap Claudia because Claudia was ready to go home.
I
said, no,
tired.
we're going to go have a hookah with Shaq. If he came to support TGIF,
He did.
we're having a hookah with
So
Shaq.
I heard he showed up to the event and we missed him because we were late. And then I texted him, I go, I heard you came by, and then he hit me back and he said after my meeting, and he came by, he definitely showed love.
Wow.
Yes,
We smoked
sure.
hookah with him and he was like super cool. So actually he had some hot topics on his phone.
Did he
And he was
really?
like, did you see this story? And I was like, oh, you are here. I like that.
He's
So,
messy, just
now-
like Samuel.
Let me find out Shaq be sitting back watching the tea.
Well, not to put pressure on him, but I did ask him. I said, we would love to have you on the show. He had a flight today, but
Okay.
I would love to try to get him because, listen, Shaq is a legend.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would love to try to start getting people like that on TGIF.
Indeed.
you
Well,
know?
let's leverage some relationships.
You remember
Yes.
I was telling him last night, and I was asking him, did he remember? He hosted one of my birthday parties at the Versace Mansion when he played in Miami.
And he picked up the tab, didn't he?
Yes, he picked up the tab.
What was that tab looking
but
like?
he always picks up the tab. If you know anything about Shaq, you know that he is a super generous guy, and he wants everybody to have fun. We've seen on social media him buying kids sneakers for
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
and he doesn't do just one pair. He does like 5 or 6,
Right.
and then he takes care of everybody in the store, and that just brought back warm memories.
And all
seeing
his
him last
businesses,
night.
like he's done such an
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
job with his businesses.
Yes.
So Shaq, if you're watching, we are giving you your flowers while you are with us, and we would love you to be with us for real on the show. So we are asking you in front of the public, soulmates, you want Shaq on the show?
Yes.
There it is.
All right. Now, besides the meet and greet, what's been the highlight of this trip so far? What about you?
Oh, it was the barbecue. Houston got some good food, everybody,
Yeah.
and y'all know I'm a foodie, so I'm gonna say it was the barbecue yesterday that we had. I'm not sure where it was from, but that was some good barbecue.
All right, Q.
I think the biggest thing for me was seeing the dream realized.
Yeah.
I mean, taking this, if y'all think back at our start, this started out as just us cackling at Cynthia Bailey's wedding,
True.
and now we're in 4K.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just seeing this concept being fully realized and taking in the potential of it has been the biggest thing for me.
For me, it was when we pull. Okay, first of all, there's been a lot of people that have been behind the scenes doing stuff for us. So shout out to Ride with TCS
That's
for
true.
wrapping
Yes.
the
Ride
van
with
with our
TCS.
pictures on it. So we pull up to the venue last night at Prospect Park, and thank you for Justin for getting that meet and greet set up for us. I don't know what to expect at this meet and greet. I've been at a million meet and greets, but when
Right.
we pulled up, the people, the soulmates, were waiting for us. I heard for hours, waiting for us to pull up. There's a picture right there, and they had their cameras out. Like, it was giving a very Michael Jackson, the
It
Beatles.
was. They started
Yes.
screaming
They
as the van
screamed.
door opened.
And did you
that felt
notice
good.
that when I came out, it was a bigger screen, right? You saw that, right?
No, that's when it trailed
No,
off.
you heard that, right? Because they were like, and the star has
Give
arrived.
it to him.
Go on to the next thing, Claudia.
See these two haters? These two haters.
But
These
like,
two haters.
you know what you do, right? And you know
Yes,
that.
I came out looking great.
Oh, he was in all white everything. He
Yes.
was giving top of the wedding cake teas
That's
last
right.
night, wasn't he?
Just tacky as hell, all white after Labor Day. We all know the rules. Just tacky.
It was off-white and don't hate.
No,
'cause
it
I
was
love
off-white because it was dingy.
Oh
okay?
my God. But
You
shout out.
guys see, at least they're consistent haters.
We are, but shout out to Houston for showing us love. I have to just say, you guys have been amazing. I'm glad our first time doing this was here in Houston because y'all
Indeed.
showed a lot of love.
Indeed,
And
indeed.
we owe
I
y'all.
really liked Houston.
Yeah,
like,
and they'll forever be
I really
special.
liked Houston.
Yeah, I
It was-
saw
it was
y'all
really
eyeing
cool.
some things at the spot.
Well, look, it's a lot of mess going on in the media, so let's get into it.
Yes, all right, let's get to the
okay.
show. Now, the drama between Keke Palmer and her child's father, Darius Jackson, is taking another turn. Darius is denying any abuse and shared a video of Keke's mother threatening him over the phone. It gets real deep. Take a look.
Where's my baby?
And you better watch out. You might get a bullet in your head.
Ooh, what are your thoughts on Darius, first of all, denying abuse and putting the blame on Keke's mother and Keke and her mother about this bullet in the head?
I'm going to tell you what, this even made me feel worse. First of all, why is he posting this? You're looking desperate, and that's not cool. Because it's not helping you. If you got a black mama and she says she's going to put a bullet in your head, that means you've done something to her daughter and she wants to make that wrong right. So now I'm convinced more than anything that he definitely had something to do with abusing Keke Palmer.
All right, Q.
Well, it ain't no thinking. I mean, we saw the video camera footage from her house. And like Al said, he tried to shoot Keke Mama and ended up shooting himself. Because we can hear the pain and the passion in her voice. And I don't hear a crime on that phone call. I hear a mother crying out for her daughter's pain, and it's making me say, what did you do to make that black woman have to hoop and holler the way she did?
Right, because I don't think someone's going to just say something as potent
Not at all.
as put a bullet in your head unless it's like over an argument. Like black folks, listen, we're really emotional. We understand social cues. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think you say something like that. I will say that now Darius is trying to flip the narrative and say that Keke actually abused him, and there's screenshots. But I did hear, this is alleged, that someone put the video on Twitter, and you can really see it for yourself.
Right,
that,
yeah, I think you're right, and we only saw one part of the video. That was the ending of the conversation where she said she'll put a bullet in his head, and I thought that was extra tacky on Darius.
Well, and here's the other thing, too. You know, there's threats, and then there's threats. You're not going to convince me to believe that Darius is walking around L.A., New York, or wherever they live, scared that Sharon is about to roll up on him and shoot him. So miss me with the trying to flip the narrative. You got caught, you got busted, and what you need to do is what all the white people do in situations like this, take your ass to rehab. Rehab fix everything. Just go to rehab, okay?
Which one we gonna send them to?
Child, anyone. It don't even matter. Send his ass to Betty Ford. Send his ass to Betty Ford. It don't matter. We don't never know which rehab they go to. Quiet as a scalp. I don't even think they be going to rehab. Them hoes be going home. But you just gotta say, I did it. I went to rehab. Please forgive me. And then sit out for 6 months to a year, and all will be forgiven.
I'm going to say this to Darius. Darius, I understand it is difficult for you with, you don't really have a lot going on in your career. I don't really know much about him as far as like how he's doing financially. And I actually root for relationships like this where like the woman's a breadwinner and the man is like supporting her in other ways. He's not. He's not even doing the bare minimum with that. Like, if you're having issues, like the whole social media thing is like really a whack-ass look, and I want to root for you, but I cannot. I cannot. And you know, I saw a clip with Steve Harvey telling Keke she should be with someone on a higher level. She's like, I don't want the billionaires. She was giving love a chance on, didn't base it on his income. You're kind of messing it up for other men or other women that want to consider dating a guy that is not necessarily on their level financially. And I think Keke had good intentions with you. We haven't heard of Keke in mess until she got a baby daddy.
I know that.
And I'm going to tell y'all something, and y'all ain't going to want to hear it, and this time around, I'm not going to take it too far.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Should I take a sip?
I see similar energy in the Haley Bailey situation. There's a lot of similarities in terms of the woman being the bigger star, the man being up under her. And ladies, I've said this on this show 1,000 times. The quickest way to lose a man is to have a baby from him.
It's unfortunate because like you go through all these years of being successful, and she's been doing her thing without this. She gets a baby, thinks, all right, let me take a chance, and then it goes left.
I think the thing that's most surprising to me is that they're so freaking young.
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning, isn't it, like, easy? You're happy to see each other. You cook for each other. You go to the movies. You travel to Mexico. You lay out in the sun. Why are you beating her?
Darius, if you're not prepared, and this is to all the Dariuses of the world, if you know you don't have the confidence to date a woman that's doing better than you, don't even bother getting the phone number because you're going to have a lifetime of distress. I think you're jealous. It's giving jealous vibes.
Okay.
All right. Tamar Braxton broke her silence to apologize to her team after Krishan Rock allegedly assaulted her background singer and friend, James Wright. Take a look.
I'm sorry, James. You're an amazing person. This should have never happened. And I'm also sorry, Krishan, that you feel like in your life that everybody is out to get you. That must be a horrible feeling.
All right, I want to get your thoughts on Tamar's response. Q, what do you think?
For first thing I'm trying to understand is why the hell she apologizing to Krishan?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It feels to me like, you know, Tamar doesn't want to be in mess, and I get it.
And I like that.
And I like it too,
that.
but in this situation, it feels like she's trying to serve two masters. There is no apologizing to Krishan. Krishan did some really jacked up stuff, and Al, you know, we were saying on the show yesterday, oh, we haven't seen police reports, we haven't seen pictures or whatever. James went live from the dentist's office.
I saw that.
And he didn't want to show his face, and I don't blame him, because in this world, y'all turn people into memes. Nobody wants to put their worst foot forward. So I'm not going to show. Krishan is the only one on the internet walking around snaggletooth and proud. You know what I'm saying? So I get James for not wanting to do that, but Tamar, you don't owe Krishan no damn apology. Krishan, stay the hell.
Do you think Tamar's afraid of Krishan?
I don't think Tamar's afraid of Krishan. I think Tamar is afraid of backlash, and I get it. She's sick and tired. Tamar has done a very good job of trying to change public perception of her, and she doesn't want to be in the mess. And you can see in another tweet she tweeted recently, she was frustrated. She was saying, y'all just leave me alone. I'm damned if I say something. I'm damned if I don't. Y'all just leave me alone.
All right, Al, what are your thoughts?
Is it me? And I've said this over and over and over before. Tamar needs to be an actress. That woman, she is good. She's good on camera. She's good at presenting herself.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, she shows emotion. She's got range. I mean, she pulled you in. We all felt empathy. Tamar, you need to think about being a more serious actor.
Did you not believe it?
It's not that I didn't believe it. I'm just saying the way that she's able to turn things on, the way she's able to bring you into her conversation and get you on her side, that's a talent, and that's a talent that a lot of actors have. You should know this.
Yeah. I feel you. We worked together on a talk show before with me and Tamar, and like it was good, then it wasn't, and I'm glad that we have actually made peace.
Good.
And I do like that she's going towards a more peaceful existence because I kind of was getting sick of her always being a mess, whether it was her fault or not. You know what I mean? Like I like that for her, and I do feel like it must be difficult trying to serve two masters because you want to keep these people happy, you want to keep these people happy, and you end up not being happy yourself.
Right.
There's no way to keep both sides happy. Now, Krishan, I like you. I like you, and a lot of people have been against you for, for whatever reasons, and we want to root for you. But whatever the reason is, we got to stop being at events where we not, like the solution is punching someone in their face.
Yeah.
Because the more you do this, you can go on and explain on live later on, but we can't keep rocking with that.
Right.
And you're actually, how are you making Blueface look sensible? The most offbeat, ridiculous, ratchet F-boy out there. You're actually starting to make Blueface, and I am mad at myself for even thinking that. Yeah. Because I think he's trash too, and you can be mad Blueface and Carlissa if you want to.
Because you know Carlissa gonna get you together.
Well, guess what? She can get me together from YouTube. I'm sorry. She can get me together from her Instagram Live. I'm getting you together from Houston Studios.
Was that a read?
She really finna get her ass.
Was that a read?
Carlissa, I ain't got nothing to do with this.
You better have my back.
Shoot that. You better shoot Claudia. Send that bullet to Claudia. Okay.
She'll be all right. All right, still ahead, an NFL star was scammed for millions, and later find out what Keisha Knight-Pulliam had to say about Bill Cosby. Ooh, we haven't heard about him in a while. And the Cosby Show. Stay tuned. Hit that like button. We'll be back. We're live from Houston. We'll be
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
What do you think the most bougie state in the United States is?
This is black bougie or white bougie? There's a difference.
McMillan and Morrow.
I'm not black bougie. I'm Chinese.
You're just bougie.
I'm just too poor.
Every Thursday.
Listen, if I had more money, I would be so bougie.
You black bougie adjacent. All your friends are black bougie.
Exactly.
On Fox Soul.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm living vicariously through them.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers. The sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
Ooh. Hurry up. Ooh.
Welcome back to TGIF. All right, check out this crazy story. Former NFL player Earl Thomas allegedly had his identity stolen by his ex-wife's boyfriend, who then stole $1.9 million from Thomas. Now, the scamming boyfriend created phony bank accounts and collected Earl's NFL checks along with other fraudulent activities. What are your thoughts on this crazy situation? I gotta go to someone who lives in one of the scamming capitals of the world.
Who's that?
Funky Dineva.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Listen, first and foremost, this story is reading wrong. I don't care nothing about the ex-boyfriend. Nah, this got the ex written all over.
Absolutely.
How does your boyfriend?
Absolutely.
How does your boyfriend get a hold of your previous man's banking information, NFL checks, so on and so forth? There's more to this story, and as Al always says, something in the milk definitely ain't clean.
Well, 2 years ago, Earl's ex-wife caught him cheating and held him at gunpoint. Al, what do you think about this story?
Listen, I mean, this woman don't mess around. And if you add that gun to the magnitude of this fraudulent activity and identity, I think she may have been a thug all her life the way she moving in the streets. And to be honest, Q and I say this on this show all the time. Hit the lick one good time and leave it alone. But no, you had to go into his banking savings account. You had to go into his checking account. And why would you ever mess with anybody's retirement account?
Yeah.
Because that's when you're going to get the alert at home because you're trying to do a withdrawal before it's time. That was just basically D-U-M-B, dumb.
It's amazing to me that people mess around with federal charges, like things that are like really can give you some real time, you know? I just mess with the local charges. All right, in other news.
I'm too cute to go to jail.
Hold on, what's the local charge? Prostitution, DUI?
That would be you.
Speeding.
You know, solicitation. You give me an old solicitation,
You know,
please.
Funky, I'm too lazy to be a whore. You do it for a hobby.
Oh.
All right, in other news,
let him have it one more time.
He tries it. 2 South Carolina daycare teachers are being charged for allegedly running a toddler fight ring. I know you like this story.
This is
You
bad.
like kids?
No, I fight kids, but I fight grown kids.
Oh my God.
I just spank these kind of kids.
Okay, 27. Wait, hold on. Go back to that picture.
Oh, that's the 56-year-old.
Hold on. 27-year-old Erica Jones and 56-year-old Serena Caldwell. Wait, that's a girl.
Right, I thought that was a man.
This giving Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
That's
All right. Instructed 14 children between the ages of 3 and 4 years old to shove, pull, and hit each other. A whole kids fight club. What are your thoughts on this baby fight club? I don't even know who to go. You know what? Let me go to Al first, and then you can make it all sully and dirty it up. Okay?
Everything about this story really pisses me off because if you think about it, the daycare is probably the place that you're the most vulnerable to send your child. They're not in elementary school yet. They're not in high school yet.
You can't talk.
You have to trust that person that you take your child to every day as if it was your parent, your brother, your sister, or even your minister. very upset that they violated these kids, that they mistreated these kids, and created an environment in that daycare at that age, because we know that age is the age that you learn the habits that you take forward with the rest of your life. I really, really, really hope that they put these two underneath the jail, because they don't deserve to ever work again in education.
Funky, would you bet on these kids fighting?
Absolutely not. This is gross, and they deserve more time than Mike Vick got for fighting the dogs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those situations where you really find out what people are about. Don't get me wrong, dog lives matter, all dog lives matter, but when you got fighting kids versus fighting dogs, they better get the same amount of time. And I'll be honest with you, it's moments like this that really make me appreciate the sacrifice that my grandmother made for me.
Yeah.
When I was born, my grandmother came out of the workforce because she refused to let anybody watch me.
Really?
She refused.
So she was like a mother to you.
She was. She came out of the workforce, moved in with my mom because she refused to let anybody watch me, and now I understand why.
All jokes aside, you know, we can have fun with this topic, but it's really, really sad that you are a working parent and you have to provide daycare for your kid, right? Or you have to get daycare. And you think, okay, I'm good. I have this part of my life taken care of. And then you find out that kids are being pitted against each other to fight for your entertainment. I have been, again, I always mention the race to the bottom. I do not know what is happening in society right now where people are just trash.
Yeah.
I feel like trash is more common now than good people.
I agree.
And that's why we have to celebrate when we do know of good people that are doing good things out there.
Oh, maybe we should do a segment here, like maybe once a month.
Celebrate
We just celebrate good people.
We should.
Most definitely.
Because I'm just so sick of these trash-ass people that we have to cover all the time.
Yeah.
Actually, I like them. They keep me employed. Keep the trash coming.
They do.
Keep the trash
They
coming.
do. All right, gospel artist Bobby Storm says she was mistreated on a Delta flight after she tried to sing a song in celebration of her Grammy nominations. Take a look.
I've gotten to the next status, so...
Are you able to be quiet?
But they're enjoying it. So while we're sitting here, could I please...
I'm not enjoying it. So I'm asking you, can you be quiet?
Okay, well, I find that up.
That's a yes or no answer, please.
Am I going to go to jail if I don't?
Can you please answer my question? Are you willing and able to be quiet right now?
Now, Bobby stood her ground and started singing while the flight attendant was preparing to take off. Bobby later shared that Delta reached out to her after the incident to apologize. Was Bobby Storm wrong for singing her song on the plane? Let's go to you first, Q. I mean, Al.
Listen, I'm sorry. Yes, when I'm on a plane, I don't want to hear no babies crying. I don't want to hear no solos in the back practicing for church choir rehearsal, none of that stuff. I want to go on my flight, experience it without a whole bunch of noise, because the experience already is stressful. Getting to the airport on time, getting on your flight, finding your seat, hoping you're not sitting behind a crying baby, only to find out you sing beside a singing bird. Now, the deal is this. Now, she does have a right to be happy about her nominations, right? And that's cool. But what we learned in this story was that this is not her first time. She does it on multiple flights. In fact, I think the story said there were like 14 other times, 14 other flights that she sang on. I couldn't get with it. Sorry, it's not for me.
Q, what do you think?
So I can already tell from some comments that I've seen on social media and comments that I made that black folks are going to get upset with what I'm about to say. But all you got to tell black people is Jesus or God, and all decorum goes out the window. Oh, she should be able to praise the Lord wherever she wants. God is good. God is good. Everybody don't pray to your God.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, to some people, quite frankly, it's offensive. The other thing is, I get it, Mama. You got your Grammy nomination, and it's great. But we're not going to pretend like it is normal, everyday behavior for people to stand up in the aisles of airplanes, make announcements, sing solos, read obituaries. That's not what we're doing. And in this world that we live in, when folks doing so much crazy stuff on a plane, you don't know what this person is about to get up and do. Now, I will say this. I don't like the attitude of the way that flight attendant handled her. I think he could have handled her a little differently. However, I'm not going to let his treatment of her trump the fact that, girl, you should have sat your goddamn ass down and praised the Lord in your seat.
Okay, you know what? You both made valid points. I'm going to say this. When I saw the video, okay, anyone who's flown Southwest before, and I don't know what airline this is, and I've flown Southwest from an LA to a Vegas, a real quick flight, they sing, they make announcements, they do all kinds of stuff. If it was like one song or part of a song, I'm okay with that. I don't need a whole concert because what if I don't like your music? But like, we sometimes are subjected to flight attendants who cannot sing. I don't know. I just felt like he was real stank with it. I didn't like his delivery of it. I don't know.
Well, to his defense, that wasn't the first time that he approached her on a plane. Because you remember, you saw her walking up and down. So that wasn't his first time asking her to take her seat and quiet down.
And we have to remember, too, that he's there for the safety
of all passengers.
Even though the fasten seatbelt sign is not on, that does not give you license to gallivant up and down the damn aisle like this is Broadway. Sit your damn ass down.
But let me point out something on him he was real cap about.
What's that?
This mofo said, I'm your flight leader. You are a flight attendant.
No, that's what they call the lead one. The lead one. He's a shift manager.
You a flight leader?
That's what they call it. He's a shift manager. You know the one cashier that get the key? So I'm better than y'all because I got the key.
He can shut that whole flight down.
Show us that flight leader.
He can shut that
the
whole
flight leader's in the cockpit.
Okay.
All right, still ahead. Keisha Knight Pulliam shares her thoughts about Bill Cosby. I actually want to know what she thinks about this and find out what stories got us saying,
not me, girl.
Keep it locked.
What do you think the most bougie state in the United States is?
Is this black bougie or white bougie? There's a difference.
McMillan and Morrow.
I'm not black bougie. I'm trying to be.
You're just bougie.
I'm just too poor.
Every Thursday.
Listen, if I had more money, I would be so bougie.
You black bougie adjacent. All your friends are black bougie.
Exactly.
On Fox Soul.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm living vicariously through them.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
TGIF.
Lil Wayne was not pleased with the reveal of his wax figure. He tweeted, "Sorry, Wax Museum, but that bleep ain't me."
Live and interactive.
Brittany T said, "That ain't Lil Weezy, that's Lil Asthma."
Hold on, Claudia. You got to see what Poppy said. Hell, the wax figure looks cleaner and better than the real Lil Wayne.
Serving up all the tea.
You so messy, Q. You are.
Join the chat on Fox Soul.
Yeah, I don't make the comments. I just read them, honey.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to TGIF. Real quick before this live read, let me give a toast to us in Houston.
Come on, Houston.
Hey. Listen, I actually love Texas, and I feel like they showed us a lot of love.
They did.
People showed up today. We didn't plan to have a studio audience, and they were like, no, we going to be there.
Did I mention how much noise they made when I came off the bus?
Why your hand shaking? He lying.
Go on to the next thing, Claudia.
All right, every year we all pledge to save more money and spend less, but how are you supposed to save when you're paying inflated prices for everyday essentials like gas and groceries? You can't just cut those purchases out of your budget. But now, thanks to my 2023 Money Back Hack, you can get cash back from them with Upside. Now, Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. With Upside, I get cash back on every purchase. It's my secret weapon for staying on track with my savings goal. Upside has been, really a good thing. Q, I'm going to go to you first, Q, because I know you use it. So what do you think about it?
You know what? I always tell you guys, cost of living is high. It's no secret. We're all looking to save wherever we can. And, I drive a car that takes premium gas. And what I love about Upside is that I can just be cruising down the highway, minding my own business, and I'll get a push alert saying, this gas station located at this place has this break on gas, and it saves, you money. And you know what? Those little savings, they definitely add up. So I love Upside because, A, geographically, it helps me locate gas stations I didn't even know existed, but I also get a break at the pump, which is a break on my wallet, and that is a plus.
I love that. And to get started, download the free Upside app and use our promo code TGIF and get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. 25 cents off every tank.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
All right. Claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside, then pay as usual with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app and get paid. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TGIF to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon of gas, in your first tank of gas, I'm sorry. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code TGIF. Listen, y'all, we are trying to give y'all the cheat codes in life here at TGIF.
Indeed.
I mean, we trying to tell you what pillows to use.
How to get your credit right, how to save.
How to save money on gas. So please, we use these things, so I hope you use them too. All right, let's get back to the show.
All right.
Keisha Knight Pulliam, a.k.a. Rudy from The Cosby Show. Oh, and she hates when you call that because she tried to read me one time on the red carpet. Oh, I'll tell you about that later. Sat down with People magazine and shared her hopes for The Cosby Show to continue to be recognized as a revolutionary sitcom.
But she want that check, though. She don't want that name, but she want that shit. She want that shit.
See no evil. See no evil. Keisha said, regardless of Bill Cosby's actions, you can't take away the work we collectively did. All right, y'all, do you think The Cosby Show's legacy will outlast Bill's sexual assaults controversy? Al, what do you think?
I think that she's right, but unfortunately it won't. This is a really bad stain on that brand because the brand, unfortunately, was one of perfection. They didn't have any issues. You know, no one was an alcoholic. No one was going to jail for domestic violence on that show. Everybody kept a clean slate, only for us to find out that he was drugging women. So, unfortunately, when you say Cosby Show, we can have the fond memories, but the first thing that's going to come up is the nasty ways of Bill Cosby.
See, that's why I like TJF. We let y'all know out the gate. We drink. We might do mushrooms. We be getting faded. We be having gentlemen callers. We be doing all kinds of nonsense. So we don't have to be fake.
So you don't have to uphold some image that you can't uphold. Here's what's funny. I beg to differ slightly with Al. I think for those of us who grew up during the Cosby generation, the Cosby Show will always be what it was. We'll always have those fond memories. And I think that the people who look to find fault in the legacy were not advocates, supporters, or fans of the show, period. I put the Cosby Show in the same box as I put R. Kelly's music. No one is going to force me to refute that part of my upbringing and my childhood. The Cosby Show is what it was. R. Kelly's music was what it was. His crime is something separate. R. Kelly's crimes are something separate. So I do think that the legacy of the Cosby Show, at least within the black community, will remain intact. We know what it is. Yes, Cosby may have did some of these things, but I think part of it was also a witch hunt. Again, I think the legacy will live on amongst black culture.
This is what I want to say about this. Like, as opposed to the R. Kelly situation versus the Cosby Show, R. Kelly is an individual, right? So he can't ruin anyone else's legacy but his own, right? The Cosby Show, Bill Cosby, of course, was a star of the show, but he wasn't the only one. And I think it's really messed up that the rest of the cast gets sprayed with stray bullets because of the choices that Bill Cosby
or get their residual checks.
I think that's horrible. And I also want to make another comparison. You know me, I'm always about, but the white people. So I just find it really hilarious and a slap in the face when white folks are, found guilty of crimes or get in conflicts. We don't throw that whole show away. You know what I mean? We let them kind of take a little time out, go to rehab, like you said.
Go to rehab.
And a perfect example is Robert Downey Jr. or Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was out here with HIV, having raw sex with women, allegedly. No, it's actually not allegedly. And we still say, okay, cool.
And 2.5 Men still come on.
And he was making over $2 million an episode.
Remember he was saying, winning!
Right, Tiger Blood, AIDS Blood. Okay, I'm sorry, I know that was really
that was sad.
Uncomfortable. But it's a fact, though. And I feel like, and we actually participate in the witch hunt against black people. I think we need to be like, listen, if y'all are okay with mainstream America doing certain things, Why don't we protect our own like that? Like, yeah, we can be critical of Bill Cosby, but not spray everybody else that was on the show.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't
agree.
think they should pay for what he did.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, keep it locked. Still ahead. Find out what got us saying,
"Not me, girl."
And later, R. Kelly goes after Tasha K. Oh my God. Stick around to find out why. What is going on in this world? We'll be right back. Hit that like button. We'll be back.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
TGIF.
Jason Derulo is speaking out against sexual harassment claims.
I sit here before you deeply offended.
Live and interactive.
I agree with Miss Hollywood in the chat. She says he's reading a teleprompter.
Listen, I know bad acting when I see it because I've done it. I'm deeply offended.
I'm going to give you an Angela Bassett deeply offended. And I'm deeply offended.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on, Oscar.
And I'm deeply offended.
Guilty.
On Fox Soul.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
My mom wanted my life to be better than what she had as a kid. When I became a mom myself, I feel like my whole world changed. You don't have to be a climate scientist to want to protect the earth. You always want the next generation to have something better than what you had.
Welcome back to the show. All right, y'all, we hear some crazy stories every day, and these next stories got us saying, "Not me, girl." All right, it looks like inflation has officially made its way to some of our favorite fast food chains. It's being reported that AMC's McDonald's franchise in Connecticut is charging $18 for a Big Mac combo. Do you think McDonald's is worth it, or is it a not me, girl? Funky, let's go to you first.
Well,
I know you don't really cook like that.
First of all, I'm mad you blame it on AMC, girl. They said a McDonald's. Okay.
Well, I've been drinking.
I just want to clear that up. I just want to clear that up so S&P didn't get us. It was a McDonald's in Connecticut. Here's the thing. I'm glad McDonald's went up because you know what? Y'all ain't got no business eating that nasty
sludge,
stuff
pink sludge.
in it. I'm glad you said it because I was about to say S-H-I-T.
No, pink sludge.
Listen, you know, I hate the fact that in the U.S. that they can feed us anything, then you go overseas and the things that are legal here are not legal there. And I think humans everywhere are the same.
Yeah.
So why is it that we can eat it here and can't eat it there? Our government definitely doesn't care about us. And while it is sad, I understand that a lot of us have to survive on a 4 for $4 from Wendy's because I ain't above it. You know, I don't eat a chicken nugget and a 99-cent salad many a nights to get me through. I know, understand a lot of people have to eat McDonald's sometimes, but you know what? It's nasty. And inflation hitting McDonald's doesn't move me to chorus because we shouldn't be eating it no way.
All right, Al, what do you think?
Well, you know, I think McDonald's had to do this. They were going through some economic issues. We know that they did a huge layoff in their corporate office in order to hit these numbers that Wall Street was expecting from them. And in addition to that, you have to raise your price. It's inevitable, but I will tell you this, though. Don't raise the price, McDonald's, and then shrink the food. I actually feel like I'm eating a kid's meal these days when I have that Big Mac. That's not the Big Mac that I grew up on, and that's the part that would turn me off, and also that's the part that turned me against your brand, because you are abusing your brand right now because everybody knows and loves you. You're taking advantage of me, and I don't like it.
And McDonald's. I recently watched a documentary called What the Health on Netflix, and I talked about it. We know that you're not really using the meats allegedly, okay? We're seeing pink sludge being made into burgers and fashioned into what looks like a burger. If you're gonna raise your prices, fine, we get it. We've actually become accustomed to raising prices because we understand.
Everything's going up.
Right.
But do not give us raised prices and you are making a whole hamburger out of pink sludge. That's where there's a problem.
That sounds.
All right, moving on. Actress Tisha Campbell was going through her late father's personal items and made an interesting discovery. Take a look.
I got to be the one to find the. We going through my dad. Look. Oh, he knows he's gonna find that. Oh my God. Jesus.
All right, would you want to know about your parents' naughty collection, or is it a not me girl?
It is definitely a not me girl. And what's so funny about this story is that one of the DVD titles was called Gaping Buttholes.
Oh my God.
And just could you imagine Tisha's old father watching the DVD like that? And what I loved about it is that Tisha kept saying, we kept trying to get Daddy to get rid of the DVD player, and now, because he was saying it's old and antiquated, who has DVD players these days? And now she understands why he did not want to get rid of it.
You know what? Poor Tisha Campbell, because I'm sure that really is not...
But you want to know what's funny? As somebody whose both of my parents are deceased, I definitely love the comedic relief in all of this.
And we love Tisha Campbell.
Indeed.
A couple of things here for me. Actually, I used to watch a couple of those, so I
Gaping
saw
buttholes?
Well, not the gaping butthole one, but a couple of the other ones, which are very popular. And you know what it made me realize is that I need to go clean some stuff up at home, because if I were to get in a car accident and something happened to me, and someone had to go in and clean up after me,
see, it's not my house.
It's those hiding spots.
It's not my house. It's my phone.
Yes.
It's
my phone.
All right, it's my house.
I feel like our parents, I know my mother doesn't really know me like she thinks she does. And if I ever passed away early and she had to go through, she would be like, I never knew this girl.
Right.
Because what she thinks she knows and what is real. And I think that's probably most people.
That's fair, right. Your parents aren't going to be in your intimate, personal, whatever life. They shouldn't be, no way. But
they shouldn't. All right, y'all, Baskin Robbins announced they will be releasing a new ice cream flavor just in time for Thanksgiving. The new flavor of the month is called Turkey Day Fixings. Oh, gross. It won't taste like an actual turkey, but it's a combination of honey cornbread, ocean spray cranberry, and spice sweet potato. Are y'all trying to gonna try that new Thanksgiving flavored ice cream, or is it a not me girl, Al?
Oh, absolutely. I'm an ice cream freak. I eat ice cream in the morning. I eat ice cream during the day. I eat ice cream at night. I just like ice cream. I like the texture. I like the flavors. And given that combination, it looked like it might be a nice option for the holidays.
So basically, you like cold, hard stuff in your mouth. Q?
Well, I like cold, creamy stuff in my mouth.
Oh, now it's creamy. You really are bi.
Show is completely going to hell in a handbasket. My gut response is absolutely not. I don't want Thanksgiving flavored ice cream. However, I am one of those people that like the juxtaposition between salt and sweet.
Me too.
So when you start describing the flavor profile of like cranberry and the yams mixed with whatever, in theory I can get it, but I think in practice it's probably going to fall flat.
I'm very closed-minded when it comes to new food. It's a not me girl. I'm sticking to, I like coffee ice cream and chocolate, and that is that.
All
right, still ahead. Find out why R. Kelly is suing Tasha K and the government. See you shortly.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
What do you think the most bougie state in the United States is?
Is it black bougie or white bougie? There's a difference.
McMillan and Morrow.
I'm not black bougie. I'm trying to be.
You're just bougie.
I'm just too poor.
Every Thursday.
Listen, if I had more money, I would be so bougie.
You black bougie adjacent. All your friends are black bougie.
Exactly.
On Fox Soul.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm living vicariously through them.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect.
Welcome back to TGIF, live in the studio in Houston, Texas. All right, before we continue, we'd like to shout out Transcam Shuttle out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, for providing us with luxury transportation during our stay. They wrapped the van. It looks beautiful. And a special shout out to Image 360 in North Dallas, Texas, for pimping out our ride with these amazing vehicle-wrapped installments. Now, for more information on these companies, please check out their websites at www.transcamshuttle.com and www.image360.com and type in North Dallas. They have been the epitome of class.
First-class service all the way.
They hooked us up.
Yes.
Very nice.
All right, now let's get back to the topics. R. Kelly is continuing to fight for his freedom, but this time he's suing the U.S. government, the Bureau of Prison Workers, and Tasha K. R. Kelly claimed they all worked together to publicize his private matters while he was in custody during his case in Chicago. Now, Kelly and his lawyer believe that officials leaked his personal information to Tasha K to hurt his reputation and cause emotional distress. What are your thoughts on R. Kelly's latest lawsuit, Al?
I'm going to pass this one to Funky because I think he has more details because Tasha K and him are friends. So, but, leaking information out of the courts, out of the jails is nothing new. And also, jail people can sue. So he may have something, but what do you know, Funky?
I don't know nothing as it relates to coming directly from Tasha K, but I think this is a bunch of BS. R. Kelly, you in jail, all right? And you in jail for messing with underage Tootsie Cat. You got bigger things to worry about, some leaked information, and I know damn well you ain't worrying about your safety or your privacy, because once again, you are safe within the confines of jail.
Okay.
It's funny that he worries about these kind of leaks, but he didn't worry about how he was leaking into 14-year-olds.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So now we're supposed to feel bad for you because you're a musical genius. Two things can be true at the same time. You are amazing, you're talented, but I hate the straws that you're grabbing at right now and going after Tasha K. Real quick, shout out to Tasha K. Listen, we've had our things, but I have had a conversation with you about the issue you had recently with that fight, and we're going to get into that at a later time because sometimes there's more to the story than meets the eye. But with the R. Kelly thing, sit your ass down and work in the prison course, because, really, what are you doing suing people? I think he's really grasping at straws.
He's bored.
He's bored. Make a song. All right, in other news, Lil Scrappy and his baby mother, Erica Dixon, were all over social media looking very friendly with each other. Scrappy and Erica's link up in Las Vegas sparked rumors of them getting married. Now, Chaotic posting, Scrappy and Erica eloped, y'all. Lil Scrappy responded, shutting down the rumor, saying, bruh, stop lying. What the F you on? LOL. Do you think Scrappy and Erica Dixon are really back together, Q? What do you think?
I hope not.
Really?
I honestly, I do. I think that Erica worked very hard to get out of the shadow of everything that was her and Scrappy when Love and Hip Hop first began. To be honest with you, this feels like a trauma bond. I'm not going to lie. It feels like Erica and Scrappy are both trying to get back at Bambi. You ask why? Bambi's whole thing over Erica was, I got the ring.
And
he married me.
Right.
And I think Erica's response to that is, you might have got the ring, but he was always thinking about me.
Wow.
Look, that's what this is giving me. I'm sorry. I think Erica worked very hard to move her life forward. She's had other children, other relationships since then. And I just live by the old adage, you never go back to what broke you.
And I gotta say this, so Scrappy has had beautiful women in his life, both Erica and Scrappy, beautiful women. What do you think?
Listen, I have to disagree with Funky on this one. This couple just makes me happy. I think they look good together. I remember watching them going through their growing pains in their relationship in the beginning with their daughters. I'm just all for it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like you said, there was a lot of drama in this relationship. But when I look at them, it just seems familiar. It seems like it may be healthy and not toxic. And the best part of it is it feels real.
All right, well, we will see. Time will tell. Authorities in Long Island are offering a $2,000 reward for information connected to the discovery of an alleged animal sacrifice at a cemetery. The site of the alleged sacrifice was discovered by a man who found a decapitated chicken and chunks of coconut. Now, this is the second animal sacrifice discovered on Long Island in the past month, and police believe it's part of some sort of cultural practice. All right, Q, you live in Miami. I'm sure you see chicken bones all over the place. What do you think about this?
Chicken bones, alligators, chicken heads. I mean, I see it all. Listen, this story doesn't make me uncomfortable. I live on Biscayne Bay, and we find chickens with heads cut off floating on the shoreline all the time. You know, a lot of people blame it on the Cuban population there, and they say brujeria and Santeria and voodoo and things of that sort. I mean, you can't even go downtown Miami and pay a traffic ticket without a goddamn chicken running across the street. We have that many chickens.
You see headless chickens all the time?
All the time. Miami people, please drop down in the comments and tell Claudia that it ain't nothing for us to find beheaded or decapitated chickens. And Claudia, to be honest with you, sometimes we find goat heads as well. Now listen, I'm culturally sensitive enough to the point where I'm not going to judge other people's religion. Just because I don't understand it doesn't make it wrong. You know, we black pseudo-Christians, we don't do the animal sacrifice thing, but there are other religions throughout history that do, so I'm not going to pass judgment, but it's very common where I'm at.
Well, Claudia, it makes perfect sense. We have a whole segment called What the Florida?
Yeah.
What the Florida is this?
Question, so when they behead the chickens, they be leaving the wings behind? Because we could use those wings.
Remember we had the chicken wings shorted?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what they be doing with them, Claudia, but it happens very commonly.
Oh, my, I had no idea.
I lived there almost 10 years. I never saw a headless chicken.
No.
Really?
I'm born and raised there, so yeah, I can see it all the time.
All right, so let's get into this Tasha K and Will Smith story.
Ooh,
so
yeah, this is juicy.
This just kind of hit the press, right? So yesterday on Tasha K's channel, she kind of teased an interview with someone who's allegedly one of the close friends or assistant of Will Smith for 40 years, I believe it was. Did y'all see the interview?
I did.
40.
I didn't see the interview, but I saw the tease.
He said 40 years, so he lied, right? You caught that, right? So he said a lot of inflammatory things. He claimed that he saw with his own eyes Dwayne Martin performing sex acts on Will Smith.
What type of sex act?
Anal sex.
Oh.
He also
beating
said...
a man from the back, bent over a sofa in the green room.
Where?
Dwayne Martin was allegedly beating Will Smith in from the bike.
They said Dwayne was doing the bending.
Oh.
No.
Well, bending Will. Over.
Yes.
And then they also said, well, this guy also said that, you know, Jada is used to a baby leg, and if she gets a pinky toe, he was kind of justifying. Which, okay, listen, I looked at it in two ways. We can be like, ooh, oh my God, have you heard? But I look at it as someone who's actually been betrayed by so-called close friends or publicists or people close to me. You claim to be this man's friend of 30, 40 years, and here what are you selling out your friend for, even if you did see this? Do you believe this story, first of all?
I don't. I think the whole Dwayne Martin rumor is just too convenient for me, right? It'd be different if you were a best friend, and if Will Smith was indeed gay, he's hunched more people than Dwayne Martin. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Martin is very convenient. I'm gonna get a little graphic with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We on a night.
Anal sex don't happen that easily. That's something you have to prepare for. You don't just, show up somewhere in a green room and then take it up the ass.
There's preparation.
You know what I'm saying? There's preparation involved in that. So you're not going to get me to believe that Dwayne Martin or Will Smith showed up somewhere in a green room in anticipation of getting screwed in the ass. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it whatsoever, and this goes against everything I stand for, because I'm one of those people. I can fall out with you today or tomorrow, but on the strength of the friendship that we once had, and on the strength of the love that I have for you, I'm keeping the secrets close to the chest.
I can understand that the person did something really messed up to you. Maybe you're like, well, that's why you did this. But I don't see what Will did to this man to deserve this.
Well, that's what I was going to say. This is giving me, I got kicked out the camp.
Yep.
Right.
And because I got kicked out the camp, let me show you what I can do to hurt you. Now, the interesting part is this is an allegation that comes with strong repercussions, because he can be sued for defamation, right? And in a big way. So that's the reason why I'm looking at it side-eye about whether if it's true or not. Because if it's not true, he really has opened himself up to a lawsuit that clearly is not going to go away.
So listen, we work in the gossip space, and our job is to report these types of things. But this story made me feel really yucky. Like, I've been in a position where I've had someone close to me sell me out once they were mad at me about something totally unrelated, right? I'm mad at you, so I'm going to release this stuff on you, and people will believe me because they saw me in your circle, so they'll believe it. I just feel like, what did Will Smith do to deserve this? Even worst case scenario, if it is true, why are you telling the story?
And what
you call yourself he said, I was a friend to Will, but Will wasn't a friend to me. You're showing me Will was a friend to you, and you was not a friend to him. And even if it was true, why are you doing this?
Bitter, mad, like Al said, kicked out of the club. That's really what it's giving. It's giving, I no longer have access, and I'm mad.
And I will say this, I do want to give people on social media credit, because I thought people would be dragging Will in the comments, and they were not. They were actually dragging him, saying, why are you doing this to Will? Because Will, to me, before the slap of Chris Rock, really didn't bother anybody. Don't you think, like, I've never heard of Will being aggressive to anybody or mean or cruel, and I've met him. Will is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life.
And like I said, the Dwayne Martin reference is just too convenient. It'd be different if he said, oh, I walked in on him, he had a PA bent over. It's like, Dwayne, that rumor's been so old, it's like, it's
For
just
me,
too
that's
convenient.
what made it so good. I mean, I know it sounds sloppy.
And I know Dwayne's somewhere like, how I get in this?
Right. But there have been those rumors about them for a long time.
But you know, but here's the thing. What are rumors? You know what I'm saying? Like at the very end of the day, what are rumors? He says always, I got a friend that worked with them that said, where's the pictures? Where's the pictures? Where's the hotel receipts? Where's the mistresses coming forth? Like, I'm at an age now where if you can't give me no receipt to substantiate the bullshit that's coming out your mouth, I don't want to hear it.
I just don't get all
Why
the
Jada ain't put that in the damn book? She put every damn thing else in the book.
Exactly.
Okay?
To your point. I just don't know why all of a sudden, did something happen with the Illuminati where all of a sudden it was anti-Will? Because all of a sudden we're getting all this negativity. We didn't have anything negative about Will the entire, 30 years he's been on the scene. All of a sudden he's getting sprayed. Well, pause. Left and right. Left and
Go
right.
on to the next thing, Claudia.
We have time for this. Okay, so Krishan Rock says she's covered by God. So she's, in this issue.
She needed to be covered by Medicaid to get that damn tooth fixed.
Oh, my God.
I thought Krishan was off of social media. Didn't she say goodbye to us last night?
Well, she got back on.
That wasn't going to last more than a day. Because she's addicted to it. And that's to her credit.
What she said?
She said she's covered by God. She's not worried about these issues.
And she said she's not worried about them pressing charges because she's covered by God.
She's covered by God.
Let me tell you something. I would send that bitch to jail with the heartbeat. And I wouldn't give a damn where her baby ended up. I'm sorry. After you bust me in the mouth, I don't give a damn that you a new mama. CPS can pick up your child today or tomorrow, and I would not give a damn. Bitch, you going to jail.
Hey,
okay?
Al?
Oh, I mean, listen, this is on brand with her. The thing that I was very shocked about is that in the comments, they definitely did not support her in doing this to James. It was James, right? And that I was surprised at, because usually all of her negative behavior is rewarded and revered. In this particular case, a lot of her fans and a lot of people in the comments said, no, you've crossed the line. And I think that's probably what threw her into that I'm getting off of social media, because she's not used to the negative criticism from her fans that usually praise her.
I'm going to say this. We have to take responsibility as the consumers and the fans of what we reward. To your point, a lot of times these people's negative behaviors get positively reinforced because we celebrate them. We reward them with a talk show, a reality show, more money, appearances. And we deem people that are staying out of the messiness as boring. So why would you stop as you're a 23-year-old woman that's getting rewarded millions of dollars thrown at you if you keep getting rewarded for this behavior? I actually would love to see Krishan clean it up for real and mean it. You know what I mean? I really feel for her. I think she's traumatized. And we, as the consumers, have to stop. And bloggers, can you please give us a break? Take us out of the goddamn group text. All right, I want to thank my amazing co-hosts, Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva. We had an amazing time in Houston.
We did. Did I mention how much noise they made when I came out the van?
Here he go.
I look good yesterday.
All right, and thanks to the city of Houston for showing us so much love and support. It was really, y'all really made us feel good. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Please watch the rerun tomorrow. Hit that like button. Stay tuned for Crockett's Corner. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
See you later, soulmates.